Welcome to TESPN Media Day. We're here with Garrett Kula from golf. Garrett, I know you guys have high expectations for this season. What are the goals for the golf team this spring?
Yeah, so I'd say our biggest goal is really just to get a state championship. You know, there's not a banner in the Estes Gym, and so we want to change that and get a state championship.
Last year, I believe you guys came in pretty high. I think around, was it 6 in the state?
I believe so, 6 or 7.
So what is it going to take to go from approximately 6 all the way up to that ultimate goal of number 1?
I think it's just going to take a lot of consistency and just, staying focused in practice. We beat Woodbury last year, and so they're a really strong team, and we were playing collegiate and beating them before it got rained out. So we have the capability to do it. We just got to stay focused and just, do what we know we can do.
Let me ask you, as a team leader for golf, obviously it's in many ways a very, very individual sport, and yet you're talking about team goals of the state championship. How can you as a senior leader create a team dynamic in what's thought of as one of the most individual sports that we have?
I think the biggest thing is just, relaying some of my past experiences. You said I've been on the team since 8th grade, and just, trying to tell some of the younger players on the team, which, we only have a couple, but just trying to get them focused in too.
Are there any players besides yourself that maybe you've noticed have made real strides since last season that you think we should keep an eye on to really step up this season?
I would say a couple are Peter Ward. He's I played with him a couple last season, but he's worked really hard and he's been playing really well recently. And Cole Pridgeon, obviously he had a great basketball season, so he's been working hard too. I think he should be another.
Yeah. Jump man coming out to the golf course. Yeah. Awesome. Finally, just for your own personal journey, you're going to be taking your golf career to JMU. Can you just talk about your individual goals for what you want to do this spring, and as well as that next step of playing Division I golf?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, like you said, my individual score is going to count for the team. So as low as I can go, that helps not only me but also the team. And so I really want to try to get a prep league individual title and a state individual title. That's definitely my goal. And I think both of those things will just help me build more confidence going into the summer and going into fall season for JMU, which will be our first season in the Sun Belt. So that'll be exciting, and just trying to take that experience and head right in there with good golf going.
That's awesome. Well, you heard it from the man, G-Money Golf Grinder.
Coach out there.
I got a chance to coach this guy back in the JV soccer days, so I know he's a winner, that's for sure. And we're going to watch for him to get some wins out there on the golf course. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you. We're here on TESPN Media Day with head golf coach Andy Bender. And Coach, we just talked to senior captain Garrett Kula. I know he talked about very lofty goals for the season. He's talking about putting banners up. What are your goals?
Our goals are the same. We want to put that banner up in SCs. I think we're the only sport that doesn't have a state banner yet, so that's definitely our main focus. How we get there is, we got to practice hard. We got to stay focused. I know you asked Garrett about golf being an individual sport,
right?
And how that kind of plays into the team. Well, being individual, you still have to play each hole the hardest you can, because ultimately 4 scores count, so you can't get it done without the team's 4 best scores. So that's a big thing that we're going to have to focus on, how to manage the game, not just hitting the best shots, but going out there and accepting bad shots are going to happen and move on, leave them in the past.
And what's your favorite thing? Obviously golf is what you do, on a daily basis, but in terms of coaching a high school golf team, which has got to be a little bit different than, doing lessons and things like that, like what is the most enjoyment that you get from working with these guys?
The most enjoyment that I get is building freshmen and watching them graduate and go to play golf in college, but just watching the progression of everybody, trying to get them better and better each year. And I think I started about 8 years ago, and so I've seen I got Brooke Shepard now and his brother Jackson, so I'm seeing that progression. So that's my most enjoyment, is getting to see them grow and hopefully play college golf if that's what they choose to do.
Right. One thing I'm curious about, I would assume, since we have the home course at Salisbury, right, that I would think there's like a home course advantage to some degree. I'm just curious, as someone who has coached in a packed gym, there's very much a home court advantage, but can you just talk about, like, when you have to go to other courses where they're more used to it, like as a coach, what is the challenge there of trying to prepare your golfers to play a lot of different courses?
You just try, when you travel to a different course, trying, your hardest to get to that next shot, and one shot at a time. I know it's kind of cliche, but that's really what it boils down to. So going to another golf course that you're unfamiliar with, if we're lucky enough, we can play a practice round. If not, you just got to go in there blind and play lower card.
Well, I know the Prep League is probably the top league in the state for golf, so you're going to face fierce competition on a really, weekly basis. But we wish you all the best. You got any final thoughts, or just want to put a bow on this little thing here?
Just go Titans, and let's get that state title.
Sounds great, Coach. Well, Coach Bender, thanks for joining us, and good luck this season.
Appreciate it.